So 40 years ago, you and Gerry Cooney got it on. Famous fight.
Yeah.
You guys made a lot of money. You got the victory, 13th round TKO.
Yeah.
Talk about the build-up to that fight. I mean, it was the black versus white type of thing going on.
They built it up. They wanted it. They wanted it to be a fight that the white guys, they wanted. They wanted Gerry Cooney. Gerry Cooney was their hero, but I blocked it by the left jab and the right hand. Him and I are the best of friends now, but you know, we had to fight.
At the time, was there animosity between you two?
Yeah.
It was real.
It was real. It was real. A white boy fighting a black boy for the championship of the world. Yeah.
So, that obviously a big fight 40 years ago, but 1978, that's when you became a champion, when you defeated Ken Norton. I mean, that's when you became
That was
you.
a heck of a fight.
Yeah.
Kenny Norton fought, you know, and he wanted to be and stay champion because, you know, everybody was talking doubt about him, like they do everybody. But he fought. He's a good guy. He stayed right there, and he fought me, and I beat him.
So, 7 years you held the belt, 1978 to 1985. Talk about, I mean, it's one thing to get the belt, it's another thing to keep the belt. How hard was that?
It's hard because you know what? People don't like you and didn't root for you, don't want you to win. But you know you got to overcome all that stuff, and that's what I did.
You did for 7 years, and ultimately 49-0 at one point. You got to Michael Spinks. It didn't end the way you wanted that to end. But ultimately you got the rematch, and a lot of people think you won the rematch, but
yeah, I did. But you know what? I ain't gonna cry about it. I don't hate Michael because of that. You know, he's a good guy. He's done what he wanted to do, was doing for a living. But that let bygones be bygones. You know, me and Michael getting along.
How long is it? I mean, you build up. You talk about you and Gerry Cooney are good friends.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about the relationship you have with Michael Spinks. How long does it take for that to happen? Like, obviously you build it up. You want to fight this guy, and obviously when to fight somebody, there has to be a certain level of animosity because you're about to beat him up. So, how does
you don't know that, but you can do it. You go out there and do what you can do. So it's hard though to fight a guy that you like.
Yeah.
To beat him up and take, it's hard, but you want to do it because you got to prove yourself.
And speaking of that, you had the situation with Ali, late in his career, where you wanted the fight to be stopped. I mean, that had to be very difficult. Was that one of your more difficult moments in your career?
Yeah, that was difficult because Ali was my friend, and I knew he didn't have it, and I had worked with him, so I knew he didn't have it. But let bygones be bygones. Ali was a great man, and I can't take that away from him. He had the charisma, and I was trying to move myself up another notch.
Right.
Hey.
So before we get out of here, I see you got a clothing line out, 19 to celebrate you becoming a champion. Talk about that.
Well, being a champion meant everything, different moves, like out of the projects, into the neighborhood, and having money in the bank, and not being able to go borrow and bank money. That helped me out a lot.
Did you ever think that would happen? I mean, growing up as a child, did you ever think this would be your life?
No, I didn't think that because, I like this. Can you imagine Larry Holmes sitting in the golf course, having his own golf tournament?
Right.
Can you imagine that? Not Larry Holmes, from the guy from the project, Delaware Parish. No, not him. Larry Holmes died. But it happened. I took over and let the bad out and let the good in.
So, I mean, you basically and essentially you epitomize the American dream. Go from the bottom all the way to the top.
Yeah, because people don't know people. People can change overnight. One day you're doing real good, next day you ain't. But I want to keep doing good So keep my faith on the Lord.
Right.
And when you do that, I think you got to make.
Health-wise, how's Larry Holmes doing?
For a day. I'm all right.
Good.